Well, welcome to Oxtel Stadium for today's Stones Bidder Championship match between Bradford Northern and Salford. I have to say, a very bitter cold January the 1st sees Bradford Northern try and maintain this challenge for the Premiership spot. Looking straight away at the team news, Bradford Northern have Dave Watson at number 1, a three-quarter line of Roger Simpson, Gary Christie, Paul Newlove and David Myers. Neil Summers reverts from number 9 to number 6 today, and he partners Derek Fox at half-back Bradford Northern. The familiar front row of Roy Powell, Paul Medley, John Hamer, Paul Dixon and Eugene Bourville in the back row. And at the loose forward spot we have Brian McDermott. Bradford Northern substitutes today are young Robbie Paul and Paul Round, the recent signing from Halifax. The Salford team, well, the big team news for Salford is the return of Andy Gregory, such an important member of this team, and they seem to buzz when he's playing, struggle when he's not playing. Well, their full lineup is Scott Mann at number 1, Mark Burkitt, Scott Naylor, Jason Williams and young Nathan McAvoy, played at Bradford Northern Chase throughout last season, but he eventually signed for his hometown club of Salford, much to the dismay of Peter Fox, the Bradford Northern coach. Their half-backs, along with Andy Gregory, are Steve Blakely, another former Wigan player, and they have Dave Young, Mark Lee and Cliff Eccles, still very much now in the veteran stage, Bob Marsden, Craig Randall in the back row, along with Ian Blease at number 13. And their substitutes are Jason Quigley and the former Welsh rugby union player Richard Webster. It looks as though it'll be Steve Blakely to start the game. Follows the familiar pattern, it'll be a long deep kick gathered by Derek Fox, who will then feed either Paul Dixon or Roy Powell. Wait and see. Referee for today's game is Mr. Steve Presley from Castleford. This time Paul Dixon actually loses his knees very sensibly, picks the ball up. Paul Dixon on a bit of a try-scoring run just recently. 7 tries this term. Just 2 behind Paul Medley for the leading try scorer. Brian McDermott gets an early touch, drives the ball in. Been given an opportunity by Peter Fox to establish himself in the first team in the absence of Carl Fairbank, doing a tremendous job for Maurice Moore Jr. Paul Medley having a little sorted there from acting half, but not getting very, very far. Salford up very, very quick. Deep kick into the wind by little Derek Fox, well taken by Scott Mann. Missing to see how the referee interprets the line on, the new directive from Rugby League HQ. A bit of interference there, but Mr. Presley just turning a blind eye for it. Playing the Salford player to get on with it and stop messing about as David Young drives forward. David Young, of course, the skipper of the Salford side. Although I'm sure that little fella there, Andy Gregory, that'll be calling all the shots. Good yards from the big number 10 there, Cliff Eccles. Very much in the veteran stage, as we said. Once again, Gregory having an early influence on the game. Not the best of passes. Dixon's got to get this ball to Newlove. It should have gone earlier. Dixon cut in there. Good yards, but I'm sure that would have been try time for Bradford if Dixon had just spotted Paul Newlove on his outside. Long ball to David Watson. He puts the ball back inside to Neil Summers, who wasn't expecting, I don't think, didn't make much yardage there. Chris Hughes playing in the centre today. Signed from Wakefield 2 or 3 weeks ago. Played most of his career at Oldham. And Wakefield on the wing. David Watson juggling. Just couldn't quite keep hold of that one. And I think we see the cold, bitter weather having an early effect on there. I'm sure some of these players from the southern hemisphere will wonder what's hitting them. Talking to little Robbie Paul just before the game started, and he was really shocked by the severity of the cold. So Salford moving the ball on the line, bit static though, nobody going forward for them, giving Bradford ample opportunity to go up and stop the progress of the game. Bob Marsden comes through, he spins and lets Jason Williams, but once again we see Bradford Northern in the shape of Roger Simpson and Paul Newlove, very, very fast. Game really that Bradford have to win today if they're going to maintain this challenge for a Premiership win, against very much against the odds now. That little bit of a hiccup midway through the season, but good win at Halifax, a good draw should I say, Halifax. Myers covering back, it's an excellent kick. Myers gets the ball. Craig Randall, excellent chasing young Craig Randall. He followed the ball right round. Derek Fox goes across, but no real runners for him to hit on that occasion. Paul Medley at the marker. This time he gets the ball to John Hamer, who gets his first touch of the afternoon and makes very, very good yards. John Hamer, very much the informed player. And there we see the first penalty of the game. Lying on, Mr. Paisley says. Bob Marsden this time just not getting up fast enough. Surprisingly though, Bradford Northern take the tap penalty. Just probably giving you an indication of how strong the wind is. Little Derek Fox deciding to tap it. Bourneville, who's moved into the second row after establishing himself as a front row player, basically because of the form of John Hamer showing us recently. Derek Fox once again get it to the set to John Hamer, very much down to his testimonial season. Summers, inside ball. Myers, met by a solid line of red defence. Fox moves the ball wide once again to Watson. Watson on a little icy patch over there. Gets the ball away, well picked up though there by Medley. And just the last tackle. Good chasing, wasn't really what Bradford Northern had planned, I don't think. I'm sure Brian McDermott's job is not to kick the ball. A little bit of misunderstanding in the Bradford ranks, however. A bit of pressure being put on now. Tries to run it, Young with the ball now. The Salford skipper. Well, a basic error knock on. I'm sure the referee will give the first decision. A little bit of ice there causing problems already. I'm sure the ball just skidded off there. A little bit faster than normal. Both players knocked on, but the referee obviously got to the first decision, which was a knock on by the Salford player. Salford up once again very, very fast. Watson now with his little kick through. Has to be obstruction. Is it going to be a penalty try? Mr. Paisley thinking about it. I'm sure he would have scored there. The least it's going to be 10 minutes in the bin. I think it was Blakely pulling Watson back. But is it going to be a penalty try? That'll be the big question. There was nobody in front of David Watson. The ball wasn't going to go dead. Certain try. Fullback Marnie, I think it is getting there. 10 minutes, yes. Bradford North asking for a try, but Mr. Paisley having none of it. Well, a bit of a controversial decision there. But Mr. Paisley, of course, doesn't have the benefit of the replay of the cameras like we do up here. Should be the easiest of goals though for Derek Fox, right underneath the sticks. Little fella makes no mistakes, bangs it over. I said before, playing into this very, very strong wind. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of a kicking game as the game evolves. That's something that Salford are going to have to do. We've seen Gregory already put two little kicks over the top, but I'm sure that when they have the ball in their 25, they'll be looking to use the wind to its full extent. Long kicks, forcing Bradford back. That's the game plan they've got to play. Blakely restarts the game, hits the icy patch, but well taken by Paul Dixon on the first bounce. An almighty clash there. Big number 10, Cliff Eccles on Paul Dixon, and really the whole ground shuddered there. I'm sure that's what will be in the highlights at the end of the season when we see that clash. Fox missing 2 men out, gets the ball to Watson. Watson inside to Nulov. Nulov certainly getting the treatment on that occasion. Salford skipper just going in there to finishing him off a three-man tackle, but Bourneville really not going at full pace into that defence, just strolling in and really getting knocked back. This time Fox puts it over McAvoy's head. The youngster takes it well, but then slips on the icy ground. I think once again seen there that the Ground underfoot is not the best on that far touch line. Andy Gregory. Bob Marsden hits and spins. Good play by Salford, keeping the ball alive well. Good ball to McAvoy now. One-on-one here as the youngster got the power to go down David Watson. Watson lines him up. But once again we saw the young lad fall down really leaving Watson no tackle to make. Gregory's got the ball. He puts it back inside. Salford getting caught a bit flat-footed. Inches short. Last tackle. Little Mark Lee acting halfback, tries to go himself, but a great chase. The ball eventually goes. As Mr. Priestley giving a attack, he said play on. Knock on by the Bradford player though. But a superb break there, McAvoy. Really didn't do it. Showed a bit of inexperience really. The guy didn't either stand David Watson or didn't try and cut inside early enough, and in the end Dave Watson just fell on him as he fell over. I'm sure the youngster when he watched that one on the replay. However, it's Salford with the ball now out to Blakely. Blakely gets the ball to Williams. He holds it up. Some very enterprising play in this last couple of minutes by Salford. They've got the numbers on the far side. They see where the numbers are as Marsden takes it forward. Well, that's not what Salford wanted there really. They want the ball moving out wide. Gregory has to be in possession. He did it well. Was it obstruction? Knows a bit of problem, and Bradford very, very lucky to get away with that one in the end. He's saying a Bradford player kicked it dead. He seems to leave it as though he didn't touch it at all, and I think it's Paul Dixon there just querying decision with Mr. Presley. However, the decision has been given. So Derek Fox once again restarts the game. Marsden takes it on the full, straightens up, runs straight into Roy Powell. Dixon's there again with the tackle. Little half-back Mark Leaf throws a wide ball out to his skipper, who takes the ball in. And really we get the sense here that Salford are just setting up for something. Players are drifting to the blind side. Gregory now gets the ball, holds it up, but nobody coming for him, and I'm sure he won't be too happy about that. Eventually Blakely does come on a late run. Gregory again with the ball. Long pass, superb ball from Gregory. But in there, a superb last-ditch interception by David Myers. But a wonderful ball there by little Andy Gregory, but I'm afraid Scott Neely couldn't really take the ball, and if he'd have taken it cleanly, he'd have walked straight over the line. So it's once again big Brian McDermott driving forward. David Young picks him up and unceremoniously dumps him on the ground. This time it's Sir John Hamer, the Bradford crowd wanting the Salford players on side, but it seems to be these days. But his players are attempting to come back. A long ball out to little Simpson, who gets his first touch of the game. He cuts inside McAvoy. And they were saying if the players are attempting to come back, the referees seem to be giving play on nowadays, not really insisting on the 10 long as the intention is to come back. Bourneville drives the ball in. Last tackle, and Bradford have made good yards right from their own line. The little fella gets the ball again. He puts it into the corner. Thought for a moment there that David Myers has missed his man, but seems to me that Craig Randall struggling on this right wing. For Salford, the lad certainly seems in agony. The way he ran back for that ball as well suggested that he's not fully fit at all. Oh, and very basic error there from the Salford skipper. Knocking on underneath his own post. Now Bradford with one or two options. David Watson lurking menacingly behind the pack. Ball goes out to Watson, who takes the ball. He just goes straight and hard into the middle of the pack. He's turned over though. Salford very much aware of the danger of David Watson. Eugene Bourneville, another Kiwi in the Bradford ranks, drives forward. Salford upcoming very, very fast. Dixon drops the ball in his own line. Salford eventually get the ball. Now wasn't the best of play by Bradford. Rather a little hurried. Referee taking play right away from the try line, putting it down on the 10-metre line, as you can see, clearly marked there. Gregory just asking the referee to tidy it up a little bit. I'm sure we're all in agreement. It's really the one area now that left to get sorted out. Blakely, Burkitt should have said, driving well. Drifted in from the wing. Barn again. Brilliant play by Eccles there. What a high tackle, yes, round the head. Well, really, the Bradford players can have no argument with the referee there. No malice intended, but it was definitely a high tackle. And really, if the referees are going to cut out that dangerous tackle, have to be consistent, and I'm glad Mr. Priestley there stopped play. Let's hope he's consistent now throughout the game. Like I was saying earlier, the high tackles, the scrummaging, we're nearly there now to having a superb game, a superb product, which, you know, we're marketing really, really well. The TV crew is excellent. The recent games on television are absolutely superb. I was saying, once they get the scrummaging sorted out, it'll be a marvellous package. So Salford now with a chance after 15 minutes to level the scores. Well, lovely kick there by Steve Blakely, the former Wigan player, one of the many in the Salford ranks. But of course, well assisted by the wind. So as I said, 15 minutes gone. Score Bradford Northern 2, Salford 2. So Fox restarts the familiar pattern. Big number 3 though, Scott Naylor, not looking too happy on that ball. Powell and Dixon up very, very fast. Marsden comes on a good run and well slipped by David Young, and now Gregory eventually just holds it up, then gives another good ball, but once again you see the support play lacking by the Salford side. Nobody in front. Oh dearie me. Good idea there by Ian Blease, but unfortunately a little bit of a knock on just spoilt things really, but there was no marker there by Bradford. Good yardage made. So Derek Fox now with a little bit of a let off for Bradford. Whoa, nearly won against the head there. That would have gone down in the notebook. Super ball to Christie. Christie the paceman out to Simpson. Simpson cuts inside, but McAvoy does well, just grabbing the collar of the little fella, pulls him down just inside the Salford half. David Watson wants the ball. He drives in. This man who fears nobody. Bigger they are, harder to fall, according to David. He gets the ball away as well. Out to Powell. Powell passes to Dixon. Gets a round of applause from the crowd. Once again, it's Powell again, this time making the hard yards for Bradford. Fox uses Bonville on the inside, but floats a long ball out to Summers. Summers looking for Christie's pace. Well, a good pick up there. Yeah, the fullback's back on there, just looking whether Burkitt was still playing in the fullback position, but Scott Miles now back to the regular position, so full complement out for Salford now. So they've done very, very well there. They've weathered the storm for 10 minutes. They've actually got in front, had the better of that little exchange while he was off the field. Marsden again. Well, excellent yards there by this robust second row forward for Salford, and really Bradford can't be happening with a tackle at the moment. Well, not one of Gregory's best balls. Not really giving the Salford man, I think it was Blakely. Well, quite right, Bradford get head and ball, there's no argument about that. When I told the Northern Speckers saying it was the last tackle, therefore should have been a handover. I wasn't actually counting the tackle, so I can't comment on that one. The referee now stops play. We have an injury to one of the Salford players, and a welcome rest for both sets of players, sucking the air down them after a rather hectic first 25 minutes, which has seen some good play from both sides. One has to say though, Salford, just for the moment, which you would expect with his strong breeze behind them, possibly just having the advantage territorially. Summers gets the ball to Nulov. Nulov then brings Myers inside. Fullback's in the line, man. Makes a good tackle on Myers though. And Nulov had a bit of a knock. The big fan seems to be all right though. Summers goes across the field. So John Hamer now, he drives forward. He's going to say he's going to slip that ball out. Well, helps to be obstruction. Well, you know, somebody just said here, definite obstruction there by Bourneville. He didn't make no attempt to pick the ball up. Obviously in an offside position, but then he obstructed the Salford player coming round. However, quite sensibly, Mr. Presley decided to blow it, eventually blow his whistle. So Salford get the ball as Bradford Northern spill possession once again. So now Gregory. Good defence by Bradford though. Paul Dixon covering out from the second rows. Marsden drives forward. Medley tries to tackle him, but not actually killing the ball. So once again it's Salford keeping the ball alive, and it's Scott Naylor on this occasion. Gregory once again the foil. Eventually gets the ball to Mann. He just can't release it, so he goes down and not making much yardage at the moment at Salford. A little bit scrappy. Now we're at the last tackle. Gregory's in position, but well, Simpson just managing to get out of the way there. Good kick. First quarter of the game over. Score 2 points each. Bradford Northern's head and ball right on the 20-metre line. Watson's coming to the line. Salford up very, very fast. Summers got the ball. Maybe should have moved it on that occasion. There were men outside him. Salford had been sucked in. McDermott's come round. He drives the ball forward. Big, long, rangy kind of a lad. Big raw bone type, as they used to say. Now it's Dixon. Dixon hits and spins, knocking David Young off, but then he loses the ball, but a penalty is being given. A little bit of stealing of the ball. And I have to say, Andy Gregory, he can't believe it. It is really rather a grey area, that one. Well, once again, they're not on 10 metres. Now it's Nolo, seems to have been recovered from that bit of a knock. Bit of a slinging right arm there from Ian Blease. As Summers takes the ball forward. Big defence once again from the Salford skipper, David Young. Now John Hamer. So Foxer wants it back on this side. He gets his wish, the ball comes to him. Long pass to Dixon. Dixon who's causing all kinds of problems. He moves about to the Chris Steele, cuts inside. Chris Steele's looking very, very sharp at the moment. Now it's Fox. We're going to see that little kick through. Just a little bit too hard. One of the Salford players asking for an obstruction there, but not given. Not given. Once again, it's Young. Working very, very, very hard. Lee doing well. Oh, and it's only a last-ditch tackle, but he's still going as a Salford player. And really, Bradford Northern have got to start knocking these players down. All kinds of problems are being caused. Gregory switches play. They're doing all sorts. He's certainly a little magician, this fella. Doesn't like being tackled, that for certain. Well, that players offside for Bradford, and quite sensibly left the ball alone. Gregory, numbers out wide now, it's got to be a try, but he came inside, probably took the wrong option for my money there. I want Gregory just a little bit too much with the ball. Well, that's an excellent try. Ian Blease striding over, and it certainly had to come because there's been all kinds of pressure on the Bradford Northern line. They haven't been knocking the men down, they've been letting Salford make the half break, and eventually Ian Blease, big long striding lad, former centre, played at Keighley earlier on in his career, he just sneaked over there for a good try. 15 minutes to go before half time. Salford just edging in front with that lovely try. Good support work. I thought maybe they should have scored out wider, but in the end Blease had the strength and the power just to drive over, and then Blakely having no problems just putting on the extras on. Here we go again, a long kick, Gregory takes it. This time Blease is tackled. Now it's Randall who seems to have become that bit of a knock. Good yards by Young. Barn now, he's in the line. So looking for work, this fullback. Little chip over. Perfectly weighted. Just drifting into touch. And certainly Bradford, when they get the ball, they're going to start moving it wide and play probably with a little bit more purpose from these forwards, make these hard yards and then get the ball to Newlove and allow Watson to come in, because that's where Northern's danger is. So Fox puts the ball in. Now it goes to Watson. He's in the line, but a big tackle there by Marsden, who'd come out of the second row, textbook style. All second row men should see it, and there he is again. Powell. Nearly just making that little half break, but absent of support players on that occasion. Long ball out to Summers. Summers brings Simpson on the inside ball, but he just goes right into a posse of red shirts. Bit of a reception committee there waiting for the little fella. Out to Fox again. Fox holds it up. Eventually the ball goes to Dixon. Probably been Bradford's most potent forward in this first half as Paul Dixon so far. Now it's Fox taking him forward. Not the best of kicks, but that'll be back to one surely. Yes, it is, says Mr. Presley. A little bit of a dig going there from Mark Lee on the blind side. Now it's Medley, who has a little foray from the acting half position. Derek Fox now, and if Northern can just move the ball out wide, they should have numbers. They come back in the shape of Dixon. Dixon, oh, well tackled, the last ditch tackle there by Marsden. 5 minutes on the Salford line, out to Bourneville. Bourneville, he looks inside, gets the ball out to McDermott, who gets the ball to Newlove. Newlove beats the first man, no he doesn't, a superb tackle. Now it's Medley again, Medley just ducking under a wild right arm from man, there's the gap. That's the equalising try. One has to say, poor marking by Salford, but full credit to Brian McDermott. Crashing his way over on the blind side from acting half-back. So Blakely once again. This time it's David Watson, who lets that one go. A terrible bounce there. Terrible ball to take. Dave Watson getting caught out. Bouncing viciously over his right shoulder. But Derek Fox, we'll just see the strength of the wind. He can usually hit the halfway line without any problems. You can see on that occasion and Bradford could have this ball. Summers gets in there. Is it going to be? It was the first knock on by Bradford, but did the referee spot it? It was on his blind side. We'll soon know in a minute when he points, and he hasn't seen it. So one to Bradford there. One or two of the Salford supporters behind me not very happy about that one. Ball goes to Watson. So can now Bradford Northern Make possession pay just 9 minutes to go before the half-time hooter. Bourneville driving forward. Powell. Good yards from the big second row man. Seems to be a bit of a veteran stage as Roy, but still only 28. A lot of games left in him yet. Christa being wrestled down by Blakely. Fox, one or two options here. Eventually gets Paul Dixon. Now we come to the last tackle. Fox screaming for the ball. And we're going to see a little chip over the top for Myers. Well, a little right hand dab, but I think it'll be too strong. Didn't quite catch that one, little Derek. Obviously very difficult to judge in this strong wind, not knowing quite what weighting to put on it. You've got to kick it a little bit harder than normal. On that occasion, the little fella just putting too much beef on it and the ball went dead. So Marsden driving in, certainly been one of the better Salford players. I think they've all played well. Nice inside ball once again to Blease. Blease puts it inside to Man, but a bit of a misunderstanding there. Ball went back to the referee. I tend to agree with him. The Red Devils leading 8 points to 6. Nice little inside ball to Gregory. By Gregory, should I say, to Randall. Well, a lot of passing by Salford, but not yardage being made at all. Now Gregory decides to hoist it up. Pornola takes it on the full. He wants to play the ball. Now Fox has to move this. Watson. Dixon lurking in the centre. But we couldn't get the ball to him. Bradford Northern taking the ball standing. This time it's out to Roy Powell again. He does well, but men have got to get with him. Roy is ready to slip that one, but nobody in support. Now it's McDermott. He goes forward. Marsden with a good tackle. Excellent defence by Salford. Now it's Fox. He puts the long ball out to Dixon, who does well. Get it back to him. Now Simpson has got a little fella, got the strength to cut inside. He keeps going well. Ricocheting off Salford players. Now it's the last tackle. 6 or 7 metres from the Salford line. Not the best of pass on Fox, but Watson picks it up well. Then he holds it up to Summers. Summers cuts inside, the yardage there. Summers going for the post. Well, little Neil Summers going in for Bradford's second try. It's amazing really when things don't go too well. That wasn't the best of passes from Derek Fox. Summers received the ball, he seemed in two minds of what to do. Eventually he made his mind up, he's going to have a little charge for the line. The Salford line disintegrated in front of him, and in the end the Bradford Northern standoff had a little canter underneath the post to touchdown. And the little fella does have no problems. Tries for McDermott and Summers. 2 goals for Fox. So once again Wigan, Salford. That when the Wigan players in the side, a momentary Freudian slip there. I apologise to all the Salford listeners. This time Dixon takes it on the full. Bit of a juggling act by Paul, but eventually he comes with it. Comes up with the goods. Now Bourneville wants it. This is more like it from Bradford. Quick play the balls, running with some purpose. Well, referee right underneath your own eyes. 2 or 3 punches. Now Hamer drives forward, a little bit of life coming to the game. Fox, he's got a short man here, long ball out to Dixon again. Dixon goes in. Big powerhouse forward, Paul Dixon, certainly come back to form for Bradford. Watson, they can't knock this fella down, he gets the ball away to McDermott, he ducks under one. Marsden eventually pulls him to the ground, lays all over him. Come on referee, what about consistency? Now it's Medley. Last tackle, and surely that must be holding down. Out to Summers. Summers decides to kick, puts a nice little kick into the corner. And chases up the kick superbly. Man just can't get out of that line, so a great chase and kick there by the Bradford standoff, Neil Summers. So Young, well, a high tackle, crossed the shoulders in my opinion. So does Brian McDermott, he thinks that as well. A little bit of an experience there. John Hamer having a word with him, saying, come on son, we can't talk to the referees. He puts a long kick in. Is it going to go dead? Simpson's got back. Well, Simpson decides to keep the ball in. I thought it may have been wiser letting it go dead, giving Bradford Northern the tap on the 22. As it is, they're now playing in their own 20. Out to Roy Powell. He drives forward. Now we see Brian McDermott. Craig Randall going rather high, but the referee, McDermott, is asking for a referee's ruling on that one. Hamer making good yards, as he's done all afternoon, John Hamer. Good yards from Medley. Excellent play from the Bradford Northern number 9, Paul Medley. And is it being dropped or a punch going in? Well, 2 minutes to go before half time. Bradford don't want to mess about here now. Get the ball in, let's get on with it, Derek says. He gets the ball to Watson. Watson floats it out to Nolove. Nolove cuts inside superbly. Nolove's away. Miser's going to stop outside. Nolove just ankle tap superbly by Mann. He goes forward. Nolove's gone under the post. Brilliant play by Paul Nolove. Top play by a top man, Paul Nolove, rounding in there. I thought that they'd done all the work, did Salford, but they hadn't really pulling it. This fella's never down. Bounding forward, excellent play once again by Nolove. 14th try of the season for Bradford Northern. Just a few seconds to go before half time, so I'm sure Nigel Stevenson, who's been on the pitch, has told the lads, like, just run the clock down. It's a long kick. Derek Fox takes it. He gives the ball to Paul Nolove. To Paul Dixon, should I say. I apologise, Paul. Nolove on the brain. He gets the ball to Bourneville. He spins it out, like in the passing by the Kiwis. Not the best of passes there though from Watson. Nolove's away again. He steps inside. The big fella's away. Out to Myers this time. Myers has got to cut inside. Superb play by Myers. Excellent defence by Salford. They're all over the man. That's got to be a free kick. Myers plays it. There's nobody behind him. Eventually there's all kind of shambles going on here. What's the referee going to do? Free kick to Bradford Northern. Only a few seconds to go though. Bradford's going to have to be fast here now. Once again though, Paul Nolove just unstoppable. Stepping off the right foot, then the left foot. Now it's Hamer. Hamer goes forward. So there goes out, is it? Well, you'd not really no time for Bradford to score on that occasion. Good half by Bradford Northern. Some wonderful play by Paul Nolove, just lighting up these last few minutes. So a half-time score of 16 points to 8 in Bradford Northern's favour. Well, away we go for the second half. Looking very quickly around, seems to be any changes. Starting with the Salford team, number 14, Johnny Quigley's on. Looks as though Andy Gregory's left the fray for Salford. And Bradford, Paul Round, the big second row man, recently signed from Halifax. He's on the park. And just looking around quickly to see who is displaced, and I think it could be John Hamer. Obviously. Well, Bradford yards offside there, but the referee. Well, good yards once again. We see Bradford Northern not putting the players down. And then young Robbie Paul was also on the park. Number 14 for Bradford being penalised straight away. And I think it's Medley who's left for Bradford, so that'll probably be Summers will go to number 9. Or the hooking position, should I say. With Paul at 6. David Young keeping the ball alive well. But really nobody going forward. David Myers up on his man very fast. Ooh! Bit of a head one there, but... big gap opened up, good play. Ball gone down, excellent play by Salford. Well, really, they should have come outside, should Salford there. The gaps are there, but they're still going strong. Blees again, is it? We're just trying to see who it is. I couldn't quite see, but it was Scott Naylor. So some very good play early on there by Salford. Roger Simpson coming into the line. Come out, Craig Randall just knocking him back there. Paul Dixon, old busting, tackles at Willie, goes forward again. Man paying the price for going high on the Bradford Northern forward. Ball goes to Paul. Paul puts it inside to David Watson. So now we've got 3 New Zealanders on the pitch for Bradford Northern. Bourneville, he makes up the trio. Good tackle by Marsden. Bit of a slow play the ball though by Eugene. Notice that today he's got to work on that department. Paul step in, looks around. 18-year-old youngster. The last tackle. Watson tries to put a little through. Now then, he really dropped on the ball. Derek Fox did well to come back. Not the best of kicks, I have to say, from David Watson though. Good running by Marsden once again. Certainly along with his captain David Young. Back to Christie. What decision's being given there? Bit of an obstruction away from the ball. Paul Round, I think it was on that occasion, just pulling his man back, just disputing the decision with the referee, but the referee right on the spot had no hesitation. And blowing up straight away. Well, if he's penalising Bradford for a knock-on, as some of the spectators seem to think, I can't say that because the ball actually bounced towards the Bradford post. However, Jason Williams, a lovely dummy inside. Eventually he gets the ball to Burkitt, who cuts inside. Looked dangerous as this lad on the occasions he's had the ball. Marsden, he goes forward. Once again, poor tackling. Round misses his man again. So not the best of starts on the Bradford new boy. Long ball out, good interception by Bradford, well played. Can't quite make out who it was who went in there. Over in the gloom, it was Paul Newlove. Bourneville, he drives the ball forward. Now quick play the ball, Eugene. That's better. Out to Powell. Powell goes in. Hard yards by the big Bradford Northern forward. Now it's Derek Fox. He gets the ball to Dixon. Dixon causing all kinds of problems in this Salford defence. 3 players pulling him down there. Derek Fox just kicking for position. Ball goes back to Mann. Mann takes it well. Seems to have a bandage on his left arm, or is it thermal vest, I think, more like it. Very, very bitterly cold out there today. Good footwork there by the Salford skipper again, David Young. Marsden holding his hands up. Eventually he gets the ball. And it could be try time if Bradford aren't careful here. Watson clinging on. Has he got the power? That's a good try, is that? Once again Eccles, wealth of experience, pounding over, but a good break by Marsden. Shocking defence though by Bradford, allowing the man to run at them and beat them at will on that occasion again. Defied us all there. We first of all credited tried to Cliff Eccles, then to Craig Randall, but in the end it was the big well substitute for Salford, Richard Webster, charging over there, as I said, for a very, very good try. The wind picking up now as Bob Marsden gets the ball. 16 points to 12 in Bradford's favour. Marn shooting away from acting half back. Very cold day. David Young. Salford playing the ball fast though, doing everything right. Once again it's Marsden timing his run superbly, slipping the ball out. Quigley being very influential when he's been on the park. Certainly looked the part. Jason Williams there though, taking the ball in, men outside him. Is that going to be a play the ball? It's a knock on, should I say. Once again Salford spoiling the good work. Bradford's head and ball. Paul takes the ball. Naylor and Williams, the two Salford centres, giving the young Bradford standoff the treatment. Now McDermott drives it in. Bourneville's come round. This is more like it. Once again, Burkitt having to come in from the wing, do the defensive job, but not the best to play the balls again there from Bourneville. It's Craig Paul round. Fox takes it well off his toes. Superb kick over, but seems the Salford defence are ready. It's going to be a little bit too long. So once again, the wind catching that ball there for Robbie Paul, just trying to turn the Salford defence. Pedley screaming at the Bradford players, wanting them to get away from the play the ball as quickly as possible. Well, once again it's Marsden who's called all kinds of problems to this Bradford defence of this little forward. David Young going through. Blakely. Yards of space. Inside to Man just can't have the room, or find the room should I say. Bradford coming back to the referee. Big gap there, it's going to go too far. Fox is covering it up. Despairing dive by the Salford chaser, all to no avail. Ball goes to Summers. Well, the referee stopping play, that's... Well, Mr. Pedler having a little word with the Salford skipper. Calling Brian McDermott, Paul Dixon over should I say. A little bit of an off-the-ball incident, I've reported to me, coming over the headphones there. It looks as though Paul Dixon had a word there, saying that David Young had just hit him in the elbow as he kicked past him. The referee just quite sensibly calming things down. So here we go again. Restarts the game again. Out to Bourneville. Bourneville cuts inside. Good yards from the big Kiwi. Plays the ball. Fox this time. As Dixon drives in. That low run, that low centre of gravity. Both him and Marsden very similar in style, causing all kinds of problems. Now the ball goes to Paul. Paul misses his man out, gets the ball to David Watson, who'd just come a little bit too early. Paul gets the ball back. He gets the ball to Fox. Fox got a man on his shoulder. Paul round. He gets the ball to Bourneville. Bourneville eventually put to the ground. by Blakely. And Stephen, young Mark Lee, the Salford hooker. Fox chips across. Myers is onside. Ball bounces for Myers. They're going to have the pace. Oh, dearie me. Just a yard too long as Myers kicks the ball despairingly dead. But certainly a good play. I thought he just got the look of the bounce there, as to say. But a superb kick from the Bradford kicker. Derek Fox on that occasion. It's been a fast-flowing game. Full credit to referee. Kept things going as once again Marsden drives forward, beats that first tackle again. Eventually 2 players required to pull him to the ground. Certainly looking lively, Salford. Once again it's Lee. He gets the ball inside. The big man Randall there who drives forward. Richard Webster. Now that's going to be a little bit too long. So once again, Webster's certainly been involved since he's gone on the pitch. Big strong lad, hasn't really broken into the Salford team. I know they were to serve his apprenticeship in the second team, but I think it's about 18 months he's been at Salford now, and really, to be fair, one would have thought in making a few inroads into the Salford team and establishing a regular first team place. Now it's Bourneville. Marsden, Blakely, all pulling him down. Well, Bob Marsden really going for 3 falls there, really climbing all over Eugene Bourneville. Third man in, what's the referee doing? He's just parting 1 or 2 of the... David Young having a quick word. Mr. Pedley saying, let me sort it out, son, I'll deal with it, pushing all the players away. His touch should just come in, I'll have a quiet little word with him. Between the 2 they'll sort it all out, but for my money, has to be a free kick to Bradford Northern, there's no doubt about that. Certainly a difficult game to referee these days. Let's see the Bradford Speckers having a go at the referee. It now calls Mr. Marsden over. He's shrugged his shoulders, saying, as though to say, me sir, what have I done? I said, I'll tell you what you've done, lad, just listen to this. Any more of it and you're in that bin. "15 minutes gone of the second half. Bradford Northern still leading by 16 points to 12. Roy Powell comes on the short ball from Summers. He crashes straight into Blakely, spin round, gets the ball away. Now it's Neil Summers. Bourneville has to play that ball, that's a lot better. Out to Fox. Fox to Paul. Paul holding it up. Eventually he goes down to the ground. Now it's Fox again. He spins inside, makes good yardage, little Derek. That's more like it from Derek Fox. Watson decides to go himself. He cuts inside, there's a big huge gap there, but quickly closed up by the Salford defenders. In the shape of Williams and Blakely. Now Paul round. Going nowhere, and that's the last tackle. Hands the ball over. And once again a high tackle, it was above the head, there's no argument about it. Round the net, Brian McDermott, big tall range lad, as we said before, 6'3". It's a bit difficult when you're tackling these little fellas just to get those tackles down, but you have to be careful. Mr. Pedley's been consistent throughout the game. Man into the line again. That distinctive thermal underwear showing. Was led a little visit to Damart. Bob Marsden again. Eugene Bourneville goes in, there's a bit of crossing. Quick penalty taken by Summers. Summers deciding to have a go himself. Down the blind side. Over the top. Summers shakes his head, looks at the linesman for a bit of a help, but none given. So now then, Bradford Northern ideally positioned. Out to Fox. Fox floats a superb pass to Robbie Paul, who puts it inside. Once again, all coming to nothing for Bradford Northern as David Myers puts the ball down. Salford come away with the ball from the scrum. Well, it had to be. Is it a free kick? Is it a knock-on? So the cold hands are coming. Eventually Mr. Presley with the help, Presley should I say, with the help of his touch judge, sees the decision, gives it to him. Going to be a knock-on, he says. Now come on, Bradford, let's get this game sewn up. Ball goes in, want it down the blind side. No Love comes, steps inside, does the big fella. But Scott Naylor and Mark Burkitt clinging to him. Bit of a foray by David Byers, but really this ball wants spinning along the line. Great pass from Fox out to Robbie Port to David Watson, but he cuts inside. Salford haven't moved up on the blind side, so could be hope for Watson here. He goes forward, really right back to where we started from there. Fox again. Now Bourneville using Fox as a foil as he does the run round. Now Roy Powell, he gets a nice ball to Watson. Watson holds it up. Bit of a chip through, the gap's there. Despairing lunge once again though by Paul Round, was it? Just failing to touch down into the snow. Ball Round desperate for a try on his home debut for Bradford Northern. Very experienced players, been at Oldham, Wakefield, Trinity, Halifax. Peter Fox was brought in for Bradford. Likes experienced players, he likes them big and he likes them fast, and that certainly fits the bill as far as Paul Round's concerned. Once again it's Randall making good yardage into the Bradford defence. A little bit slow with the play of the ball though. A long pass, McAvoy. Really no chance for the big Salford youngster there. The ball coming at his feet, he went down, eventually the ball went to the deck. And it seems to be getting colder by the minute out there. Foxy puts the ball in, Salford up very, very fast. Cries of offside. Watson takes that superbly at head height, gets the ball back to Paul. Paul just searching for that little gap, can't get through. Now it's No Love. Crowd crying out for him as Fox goes forward again, puts a nice ball out once again to Bourneville, who's really been involved, got a chance to slip the ball, which he should have done really, but he kept hold of it. Bradford Northern not taking any chances at the moment. Derek Fox floats it out again to Robbie Paul, who gets No Love away. No Love steps inside superbly. And only a last-ditch tackle out there by Scott Naylor, who eventually gets a little bit of a dig in. No Love just climbing all over him. So should be a reasonable chance for Derek Fox just to head Bradford a little bit further in front. The score at the moment 16 points to 12. 19 minutes remaining in this second half. Fox certainly taking his time. He's sure I want to stand if he's going for goal. Maybe the words come from Peter Fox that put the ball into touch, keep the pressure on. Well, that seems to be the rule of the day. The ball goes in. Fox gets the ball very, very quickly for a quick tap. Roy Powell's realised that we're going to get on with the game. He drives forward. Now it's Brian McDermott, the big former Eastmore junior, who knocks off the first line of defence, but then eventually he's brought down. Fox on the switch, gets the ball superbly to Dixon. Dixon goes over, spinning round, he must be only inches short. Eventually he's there, is he? On his back, no try. Well, I thought Bradford Northern had everything right there. Paul Dixon and little Derek Fox exchanging passes superbly. Brilliant set-piece move, but eventually Paul Dixon just been held up by a posse of Salford supporters, Salford players on his back. Bradford put the ball in, come down the blind side. Brilliant inside step by Myers. I thought it went over. Now it's McDermott. He's in. Try time. Yes. Eventually, the big fella gets the ball down. Three seasons at Bradford Northern without a try, and then it gets two on one day. Andy Gregory, the assistant coach at Salford, just on the pitch there, and a few words with his charges. I'm sure he's got the word down from Gary Jack, who'll set up in the stand with us with the headphones on. Most of the Australian coaches tend to do, and the English lads these days. And still the more traditional coaches like Peter Fox and Dougie Lawton prefer really to be at ground level. They feel they can see just as much as what's going on from down there as they can from up here. And who could argue with two coaches of vastly experienced and successful as those two have been over the years. So it's the man with a brace of tries to his credit this afternoon, Brian McDermott, just driving the ball in. Derek Fox kicking very, very early, putting the ball down. I thought we'd seen a lot more of this. Oh, a superb kick from Derek Fox. And how pleased those forwards must be to say that ball was rolling into touch a full 70-80 metres from where little fella kicked the ball. Certainly takes the pressure off. Well, that ball coming out, would it a knock on? With Bradford offside. Once again, another bit of an altercation in that pack, and once again it's Eugene Bourneville involved. Salford have got the free kick for, I think, Bradford Northern being offside at the scrum. "14 minutes to go, 20 points to 12 in Bradford's favour. As David Young drives forward. Paul Dixon tries to pull him down. Once again, it's a little hooker shooting away from marker. Well, now Bradford being called back. Somebody talking, are they? Would they still a little quick penalty being taken by Salford? Once again, out to Blakely, who's become more and more involved since Gregory left the field. Marsden again. He hits the blind side. Really could have done with a centre outside him. It's that little patch of snow. Marsden plays the ball to himself, and he goes forward, and eventually he's pulled down just a couple of feet from the Bradford Northern try line. And it's Salford's score now. It certainly will open things. The kick goes through. It hits the post. Whoa, dearie me. Well, if you're going to ride your luck, you ride your luck, and certainly Lady Luck went Salford's way on that occasion. Bradford Northern had the little kick covered. The ball hit the post, straight into the arms of the Salford player, but we just touch it down right between the sticks, underneath the black markings in the middle of the post. So Blakely strikes that one. 20 points to 18 now. So Ian Blease going in for his second try, just being confirmed over the 10-oi there. So both loose forwards getting a couple of tries apiece. And really Salford backing it now with 11 minutes to go, 20 points to 18. Certainly Bradford are going to have to be on the mettle. No more silly mistakes, going to start knocking these men down, not allowing them to run at them. Powell going in along with Eugene Bourneville. Eventually the man's pulled to the ground. But certainly Salford now, all guns firing. Once again it's a danger man, Marsden, who goes through, slips the ball back into his skipper David Young. Long kick over. David Watson should have plenty of time. It's just cost a little bit of snow. Great chasing game by Salford. And now Myers showing pace as he comes away. He's got men outside him. Decides to go himself. Thought for a moment he'd dropped the ball, but he just managed to cling on to it. Now it's some of them. Surely it's going to have to be a kicking game from little Derek Fox. Got the wind with him. Would have to take these chances in the 25. McDermott looking to spin and unload, but quite wisely keeps hold of the ball. This time McDermott goes through. Fox gets the ball, puts the long kick in. Mann comes across. We've got a good chase by both Christie and Roger Simpson. Eventually Mann takes it. It's got to the 10 metres. Christie lets him have the 10. Eventually Summers has moved up and down he goes. Spinning the ball out. Well, he keeps looking as though he's going to come on these dummy runs as Marsden with his hands in the air, but eventually he pulls those balls out and puts the balls in it. He's making some very good yards. Nice little kip over. Has Watson got it covered? Yes, he has. And he gets away from the tackle as well. Gets the ball to Simpson superbly. Simpson's got men outside him, but he's sidewinding. He's going nowhere really. He's got to go forward. And it looks as though he's had a bad knock. He's lost the ball. Very, very quickly. David Myers picked the ball up. But it has to be a knock on. He did lose the ball. And it's come back over, possibly. I thought the little lad was injured, but he obviously just put his head down in despair as the ball went down. And let's face it, it's the first time he's touched the ball. The lad must be freezing. Now he's warming up. On he goes. Play on, said the touch judge. Definite lock on. Simpson's all over his man. Bit of a skirmish there. Christie getting involved. Salford players come running in. Referee goes straight in to sort it all out. McAvoy wonders what's going on, the youngster from Salford. Touch should be on. He's had a quick word. Gary Christie, a little bit of silliness there on his part. 8 minutes to go. He's going to put Bradford North under pressure now because Salford are going to put this ball into touch. And then Bradford are going to have to weather the storm. Just hope that Salford don't score. So Blakely puts the ball into touch. Here they come again. First of all, it's Cliff Eccles who drives the ball forward. Salford now camping on this Bradford line. It's going to be all hands to the pumps. Forward pass there. Mr. Presley once again had to play the ball, had none of it. Good defence by Bradford, chasing all over. Salford player just going down off the play. Well, it's not going to go. Surely it's going to go dead. Inches away from scoring, Salford there. Inches away. Once again, a good kid. I think it was Scott Naylor on that occasion. Well, Bradford Northern kicking out underneath their own post as the clock runs down. 7 minutes to go. Bradford leading 20 points to 18. The Bradford fans now livening their charges, getting behind them. Kicking out at the play, the ball catching the Bradford Northern player. Once again it's Leo goes from that tin half-back. Scott's in support. Certainly one-way traffic at the moment as Marsden charges through. He has to be pulled down. Fox misses his man. But eventually a super tackle from Gary Christie stops him in his tracks. Ball goes back inside. Salford now being knocked back. The last tackle. Ball floats out. Little kick through, coming for Bradford Northern foot. Salford have the ball back. Was it a charge down? Back to one, said the referee. So another 6 to do of Bradford. So really Bradford hanging on now. Once again it's Young. He drives forward. Good tackle by Fox on that occasion. Lee being chased by David Watson. He's pulled down. Oh, just knocking on. That could have saved the game for Bradford. Little Roger Simpson in there, scoops the ball up. Watson quite sensibly keeping it tight. McDermott certainly being Bradford's Northern man of the moment. 2 try, just running on his own, no support play at all. Nigel Stevenson on the pitch. Obviously instructions from Peter Fox. We've got to do something. Ball goes back. Man just couldn't quite take it. Ball coming out from all kinds of angles. Here comes Marsden again. He wanted the pace to go away. McAvoy goes into touch. Great cover tackle there though by Paul Dixon. Paul Round should I say. Just gets a nice tap on the shoulder there from colleague Roy Powell and David Watson. 4 minutes to go. 2 points in it. Luckily Bradford Northern's head and ball if you're a Bradford Northern supporter. Ball comes out to young Robbie Paul. He decides to have a go himself, but hasn't got the power to go around Blakely. It's experienced standoff for Salford. Dixon takes the ball forward for Bradford. He's made yards into this Salford defence all afternoon as the big Halifax forward. Halifax base forward, he plays it to himself. Has he got away with it? No, he hasn't, said the referee. Derek Fox just wanted an explanation. Peter Fox is off the bench. He's shouting. He wants this Bradford pack back. Here comes David Young again. As Bradford Northern cling on for 2 precious points. Now it's Marsden again. Salford man of the match by a mile for my money. But all credit to Bradford, they've tackled superbly this last 10 minutes, but it's all been Salford. They just don't seem thrilled to get possession. Once again, Lee goes from mark, he pulls the ball back, the Bradford line holds solid. Great yards there though from Eccles, I think, on that occasion. Has the ball gone down? Knock on, says the referee. Bradford Northern man of the match going. Well, Paul Dixon deservedly for my money getting the man of the match award. 2 try. Brian McDermott was thrown in very, very close, but in the end a powerful display from the second row forward, letting him pick up the £250 check and inscribed tankard. Well, with a minute to go, Andy Gregory's back to the fore. He's coming on, the assistant Salford coach. Just 2 minutes remaining, this pulsating match. Fox puts the ball in, must ensure possession as David Watson gets the ball. He goes straight back into the pack. Long ball to Fox and he kicked it early. Boos from the crowd, but that's what Bradford wanted. This is where we want to play. Look at the chase by Robbie Paul. They're on the man already. Brilliant play by Derek Fox. Want to show the Northern fans bowing, but they just do not know what they're talking about. That's what the little fella had to do. He did it superbly. Now all Bradford Northern have to do is tackle down here. Down to the last minute, Bradford Northern clinging on. Punts it Paul round, misses his man again. Ball's being played, the little general has the ball, he moves it wide. Bradford on it a flash, what it a knock on? Referee says play on, it looked like a knock on to me. Hull's got the ball. Bradford have the ball. Out to Bourneville. And really, if Bradford just keep it for 6, take it to the post and drop a goal, everything should be okay. Bit of a sensible play, one has to hope for here. Watson just going nowhere, he gets the ball to Fox. He really doesn't want the ball in his hands, he's the one that's got to put it over those posts. Out to 2-try Brian McDermott, he goes forward looking for the hat-trick. Gets the ball away superbly to Powell. But surely now Bradford, Roy plays it to himself. Big fella's going forward. Is he there? It's short by an inch. Ball's played quickly. Northern dive over. No try given. Last tackle. David Myers thought it was in. Now in time added on by the referee. Just got another tackle in. Surely Bradford now can contain Salford from deep inside their own half. They're moving it fast though, they're coming forward. Surely there's not much time to be added on really. Out to Bob Marsden, who's had a tremendous game. He hasn't been knocked down all afternoon and he's managed to slip that ball out on every occasion. Bradford Northern now must tackle for all their lives worth in this little time remaining. The ball goes down, Dixon goes in, Gregory gets the ball and starts going forward, slips a superb ball, but Bradford have it, and that really should be game, set and match now for Bradford. The last throw of the dice there from Salford. Fox has the ball, get it to young David Watson. He stops, stutters, starts going forward again, unloads it superbly to McDermott again. He goes forward as he's done all afternoon. Out to Watson again, he's seen a lot of ball in the last 2 minutes. McDermott spins it out superbly. Watson's in again. Watson had men outside him, inside him, and decided to hold on. Now it's Foxy. Foxy takes the ball to Paul round. He crashes over. Superb try. Game, set and match. Bradford Northern. Good try there by the Bradford Northern substitute on his debut at Oxford Stadium. Big paw round. So Fox kicks it. The sand just blasts away. The ball goes over the hand, and there goes the hooter. So well-earned win for Bradford Northern. Tries a piece for Paul Newlove, Neil Summers, 2 for Brian McDermott, and that final try by the Bradford Northern substitute Paul Round, complemented by 2 goals from little Derek Fox. Salford plays some enterprising football as well. Well impressed with Bob Marsden, a tremendous game after his skipper David Young, but in the end Bradford Northern's having a little bit of extra power to finish up 24 points to 18.